Hello, good morning. How are you? I hope you find good. So today we have a new lesson. Okay, so firstly, let me share my screen with you. Yes, here we are. This lesson is talking about the Old Kingdom. The Old Kingdom, of course, you know that in the word kingdom is related to the word king. So here, kingdom, that means the place who ruled by the king. The place who ruled by the king. So here the first one. Okay, but firstly, okay, let me imitate with us. Upper Egypt grew in wealth and power. Upper Egypt grew in wealth and power. So here, that's in Hinos, that's in the Upper Egypt, the last of the high part of Egypt in Luxor, Aswan, Minya, all of these places grew in wealth and power. The kingdom traded goods and conducted diplomacy with Lower Egypt. Conducted diplomacy, that means that trade good with Egypt. However, the Upper Egyptians wanted to control all Egypt. The Upper Egyptians, okay, wanted to control all Egypt. Therefore, a king Narmer united Lower and Upper Egypt, united as one country. Narmer made Memphis. You have to focus on these names. Memphis, the capital of Upper and Lower Egypt. So after that, the Egyptian established the world's first nation state. Nation state here is at the place or the biggest city in the country. Okay, it's called Memphis. That's mean the capital. Means the capital. Okay, nation state. So King Narmer's rule marks Egypt's firstly or first dynasty. Dynasty here that means the family who rule the country. Dynasty, the family who ruled the country. About 31 dynasty ruled Egypt over more than 3,000 years. So after that, you have to focus on Namr and Memphis. Okay, so what does it mean dynasty? Dynasty means the family who rule the country. Okay, after that here, okay, this is the face of King Narmer. After that here, historians divide Egypt's dynasties into three periods. So here doesn't divide, doesn't try to make in some times, okay, doesn't try to divide them. Divide, that means we try to equal, try to separate, okay, something, another something. So here is called divide. Historians divide Egypt dynasties into three periods. The first one is the Old Kingdom, second one, the Middle Kingdom, third one, the New Kingdom. So here this is the people believe that kings could never be wrong. Things could never be wrong and were able to control the Nile's flooding and the flood supply. You have to focus in this point. Just a minute. You have to focus in this point. People believe that kings could never be wrong and able to control Nile's flooding and the food supply. So here that's in the king, he controlled in the food supply and the Nile's flooding. Okay, the king owned all the land. You have to focus on this point. The king owned all the land and so controlled both economy and the government. Of course, he controlled in the money of the country and also the government. Okay, it's a very important notes. You have to underline that. After that here, After that here, the vizier carried out the king's orders. He means that in he implement or he does the order or the king's orders. Okay, so here the vizier carried out the king's orders. Okay, other officials collected taxes, planned building projects, and made sure the laws were obeyed. Members of the royal family held the highest public offices. Okay, so here again, the vizier carried out the king's order. Other officials collected, okay, taxes and other planned projects, building projects, and also make laws were obeyed. Okay, and you have to focus on the members of the royal family. Members, that means the niece, the nephew, the cousins, all of these held the highest public offices in the country. Okay, this is very important notes. After that, we have written forms of language. Here, he's talking about, just a minute, okay. Here he's talking about the written forms of language. The Egyptians developed a writing system that used in hieroglyphs. Hieroglyphs. So, the Egyptians may have borrowed the idea of writing from the Sumerians. Again, Egyptians may have borrowed the idea of writing from the Sumerians. Of course, do you remember Sumer? Sumer civilization? Exactly. They borrowed the idea. The early Egyptian hieroglyphic writing had more than 700 symbols. Symbols that mean shape. Okay, to keep more and more records, the Egyptians invented a paper-like material called papyrus. Papyrus. Okay, so you have to focus on hieroglyphs. You have to know that in the Egyptians, okay, just a minute, that the Egyptian borrowed the idea of writing from whom? From whom? Sumerians. It's more important. And after that, the Egyptian or the early Egyptian hieroglyphic had more 700 symbols. And after that, the Egyptians invented what? Paper-like material called papyrus. Okay, this is a really important lesson. Okay, so thank you so much for the interesting, and inshallah tomorrow we will go more for explanation inshallah. Merci. Thank you. Bye bye.